Why would I let a person who think their worth is $3 tell me that I'm not worth a gazillion billion trillion dollars? Like, what? Y'all ain't gonna open the gates of heaven and let me in, are you? No. And you and me have nothing else to talk about because you're not respecting me. So you have to go. Point blank period. Okay, hi, my name is Ty, and welcome back to my channel. ¿Cómo está? Y'all miss me because I missed y'all, like, for real. Genuinely, I missed y'all. But so in today's video, as you can see by the title, we're gonna be talking about the lessons that I learned in 2024. I wanted to do this because number one, 2024 it's been a good year, but the ending of it has been a little bit crazy. I'm not gonna hold you. But I feel like this year was a big year for like development and experience, and a whole bunch of like there were a few firsts, like things I've never done before, things that never happened to me before that happened this year. So yeah, with new experiences come new lessons. So let's go ahead and get into it before we, before I start giving out this wisdom or any lessons. Listen, this is just my take on the situation that I've experienced this year, and these are some lessons that I feel like I learned. If you agree with it, you agree with it. If you don't, you don't. That's cool. That's cool. This is me. Okay, but before we get into anything, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel so you can see more of me, because I love looking at y'all. So why y'all don't want to look at me? You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to see more of me? Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Share this video with your friends, family, anybody that you feel like would like my vibe and like my channel. Share it to them. Don't be stingy. Don't be stingy. Without further ado, let's get into this video. So far, I've only came up with 12 things, but I feel like 12 is a lot. Like we got a lot to get into today. Okay, so first thing I learned this year: set boundaries and stand on them. Like, know what you are and are not going to tolerate, and make it known. Like, when a boundary is crossed, make it known. I don't care if that person feels uncomfortable, because at the end of the day, they're crossing your boundary. So you also are feeling uncomfortable, but you're putting that person's needs before your own. No, set boundaries. Stand on them. And if a person does not want to respect your boundaries, if they feel like this is too silly, blah blah blah, give them the boot. Give them the boot. Like, they can go, because at the end of the day, these are my boundaries. This is my life. These are the things that I will tolerate and I will not tolerate. And if you're gonna do things that I am not gonna tolerate, you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to leave. Sorry. Matter of fact, not even sorry. That's another thing. I'm renouncing people pleasing, y'all. So give me a minute. I'm gonna get to the point where I'm stop saying sorry. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if a person does not want to respect your boundaries, they can go. Like, hit the door, because at the end of the day, this is my life. You know what I'm saying? And I have the power to be like, I don't want you around me. I don't want to tolerate you anymore because you are not respecting my boundaries. Like, if they can't respect it, they gotta go. You and me have nothing else to talk about because you're not respecting me. So you have to go. Point blank period. But number two, it's okay to outgrow people. My ring light just died. That's okay though. We still ball. Number two, it's okay to outgrow people and outgrow habits. And I feel like when I first moved out of state, like away from my friends and stuff, I had that real bad. Like, I felt so bad for like making new friends, or like even when I would go back home, and it's just like, I would feel bad, like, if I was no longer interested in doing the stuff that I used to do. But it's just like, it's okay to do that. Like, people grow. People are allowed to grow and like not like certain things anymore, or even like maybe not like the habits of certain people, and that's okay. It's okay to grow up. It's okay to outgrow certain things. I feel like if a person tries to make you feel bad because you no longer like the things that they like or the things that you used to like, it's just like, once again, people are allowed to grow. Like, I don't want to do it no more. You know what I'm saying? So I had to come to the realization with that, especially, and it wasn't really about the habits, but it was more so the people. Like, I held on so tightly to my friends from high school and from Mississippi. Like, when I moved to Texas, I was like, no, like, I'm in my senior year. How am I gonna get new friends? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm holding on to my friends whole time. When we graduated, am I focused? When we graduated, like, my friends, they went off to college and got new friends. And it's not being shady or anything like that, but that's life though. Like, you just meet new people and you develop relationships with new people, and that's okay. I feel like when I first moved to Texas, and even just like that's just something I recently came to terms with, like probably like some months ago. But like, it's okay to have new friends. It's okay to not like doing the things that you used to like to do. It's okay. It's life. We grow up, we grow out of stuff, and that's okay. Nobody's gonna shoot you about it. Number 3, with that being said, some people you just have to love from a distance. Sometimes you gotta love people from a distance. And I've learned that this year a lot, especially like with family, but you know, with a friend or two as well. Like, I have been in situations where it's like people that are the closest to me are the main ones that's just like giving off that weird vibe and blah blah blah. And a lot of times, you know, and I'm really big on family, so a lot of times I would think like, oh, this is my family, how can I, you know what I'm saying, like, how can I not want to be around them or blah 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 blah. But it's just like, yes, we are family, we will always be family, but at the end of the day, when it comes to disrespect, when it comes to manipulation, anything like that, I don't have to deal with that. I will love you from the bottom of my heart. Like, I will love you, but also it's just like, I'm not gonna keep giving you the opportunity and the chance to continue to treat me how you want to treat me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna do that. So it's like, yeah, I do love you, but also I don't love how you act. I don't love how you treat me. So frankly, I'ma love you, but you gotta stay over there with it. Like, keep that over there. But it's just like, at the end of the day, why, like, I love you, but also I'm not desperate for love to the point where I'm gonna let you treat me however you want to treat me. Absolutely not. It was never that deep. Like, nah. Like I said, we have boundaries. We're gonna stand on them. And the minute you are overstepping my boundaries, or you're not respecting my boundaries in any type of way, you gotta go. Like I said, I still love you, but we gonna have to keep you at arm's length because I don't want you around me. And that's just real. Number 4, don't be scared to cut people off. Don't be scared, because listen, it's better to be alone and like peaceful than be surrounded by people who literally make you feel miserable, or who are a hindrance to you and what you're trying to do, a hindrance to you and your goals. Like, it's okay to cut people off, okay? Don't be afraid to cut them off, whether it's friends, family, relationships, it doesn't matter. Nothing and nobody is worth your peace of mind, your happiness. It's not worth you losing sleep over. It's not worth your self-respect. It's your self-love. It's not worth none of that. So if they are a hindrance to you in any type of way, whether it's the way that they talk about you, like whether it's the things that they do, it doesn't matter. Like, if it's a hindrance to you in any type of way, if you dealing with this person is the reason why you're crashing out and going and drinking and doing all this other stuff, listen, baby, let them go. Okay, let that person go. It doesn't matter. They're negatively impacting you and your life and your decisions. You gotta go, because then at the end of the day, you're dragging yourself down, and you're becoming a hindrance to yourself as well. They don't know what they're doing, or even if they do know what they're doing, they don't care enough to change it. So why should you have to deal with it? Right? You don't have to deal with it. Exactly. Cut them off. Number 5. This is something that I just recently kind of came to the conclusion of it, but you are not responsible for the pedestal that people put you on, and don't allow yourself to feel bad if you fail to meet their expectations, like expectations that they've set in their mind. Because first of all, like, nobody on this earth deserves any glory, honor, or praise. Nobody deserves that. The only person that deserves it is God. That's why he's up there. That's why him and Jesus is up there. You know what I'm saying? So, and I feel like, I didn't even know this was a thing, but I feel like yes, I feel like you can be inspired by a person's actions, and you know, you can be inspired to like want to change yourself based off of like seeing another person. But to go as far as to put somebody on a pedestal and like look up to them and kind of idolize them in a way, I just feel like we shouldn't do that. And that's why whenever, you know, our idols let us down, it's just like, oh my goodness, like, if this person can do this, like, there's no faith left in humanity. Humans are humans. People are people. People are gonna mess up. People are not perfect. If we were perfect, we wouldn't need God, and that's why we need Him, because we are so imperfect. From the first day we were on this earth, we messed up, and like, you know what I'm saying. So it's just like, to put another person, like another human being, on a pedestal is actually crazy. It's not your fault. I guess you would say that people put you in that, like, in that that little bubble or whatever, like on that pedestal. It's not your fault. And if you mess up and quote unquote let people down and things like that, like, listen, you are human. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not perfect. You, like, nobody, like I said, nobody on this earth deserves to be put on a pedestal. I don't care how much money you make, what your social status is. It doesn't even matter, because at the end of the day, we are all humans. We are all full of sin. Like, everybody has their dirt. Everybody has done something or will do something in their lifetime to, you know what I'm saying, that a lot of people aren't going to agree with. If you were to be like, okay, this is the image that I have for myself, you created that image, okay, cool. You're responsible for pushing that narrative, blah, blah, blah. But if somebody else gives you the title or status of X, Y, and Z, and you never asked for it, and then all of a sudden you mess up, and then it's just like, oh my goodness, like, burn this person at the stake. It's just like, bro, like, I'm a human, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna mess up, and I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, like, nobody's perfect. So nobody on this earth, on God's green earth, deserves to be put on a pedestal. The only person that needs to be glorified, amplified, praised, worship, all of that is in heaven. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody on this earth. So yeah, you're not responsible for that. Number 6, people can change. People can grow. People can heal. People can outgrow the versions of themselves that you're used to. For example, if a person had like this reputation in their past of being like this terrible person, blah, 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 blah. Yes, that person did do stuff, right? They did do stuff, cool. But don't disqualify them from being able to grow from that, to learn from that. Like, when people are young, of course, you're young, you're dumb, you don't know what you need to be doing. And sometimes if you don't have the right role model in your life to be able to teach you right from wrong, or to be able to give you common sense on how to be a decent human being, yeah, you're gonna mess up and make some mistakes, blah, blah, blah. But my point is, a person can grow, a person can heal, a person can learn from their mistakes and become a better person. Just now, don't get me wrong, pay attention to how a person treats you, of course. And once again, like I said, if a person treats you bad, you do not have to put up with that. You do not have to keep that person around. You can always cut them off. You could have cut them off back then. You can cut them off right now. If you don't want that person around you, cut them off. It's not that hard to do. It may, like, emotionally, it may be hard, but physically, baby, all you gotta do, unfollow, block, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? This is why they always say forgiveness is not for that other person. Forgiveness is for you to be free, for you to be able to move forward, for you to be able to be a better person and have a better life and have better experiences that are not tied to a specific person or how they treated you. People are allowed to grow. If you don't like that person for something that they did back in the past, cool, okay, cool. But if you see them being a better person in today, in the present, or in the future, don't be like, oh, this is all fake, this is all a gimmick, blah, 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 blah. People can absolutely like fake it and be like, oh yeah, I'm trying to be a better person, but still do terrible stuff. That's why you judge them by what they do, not by what they say. Even in the Bible, it says you will know them by their fruits. Even if you look at yourself, you are not the same person that you once were like 5 years ago. You don't like the same things or the same people or the same habit. Like, you don't have the same habits as you did 5 years ago. Hopefully. Because you learned from it and you grew from it and you were like, you know what, I want to be a better person or a different person. So just like you have changed, whether it's been months, years, whatever, just like you have changed and gone through transformation, other people are allowed to do that as well. Number 7, with that, just to piggyback off of that, actions speak louder than words. I have always said this. I have always believed this. I don't care what you have to say. Like, I don't care what you tell me about yourself or whatever. I don't care if you say, oh yeah, I'm changed, I'm this, I'm that. I don't care about none of that, because if your actions will always reflect how you actually are and what you actually feel. If you like, a person can say, oh yeah, I'm changed, I'm different, I don't do this anymore, blah, 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 blah. You can say that a billion times until the breath in your body has run out. You can say that all you want to. But if your actions tell me otherwise, I'm judging you by your actions. Because once again, in the Bible, it says you will know them by their fruits. You will know them by the things that they do. Don't get sweet talked by a person and being like, oh yeah, like they're different, blah, blah, blah. Like, if they're different, they need to show that they're different. If they're different, their actions need to show. If their words mean nothing to me. I've always thought this way, but like recently I just kind of like actually just like figured it out for real. But it's like those words mean absolutely nothing if your actions are contradicting the words that are coming out of your mouth. It's a difference between struggling with something and just actively choosing to go out and do it. It's two different things. So once again, actions speak louder than words 24/7, 365. I don't care what that person says to you, what they do to you. or what they show you, you should always believe that, because a person can tell you whatever whatever you want to hear, whatever will get you to do whatever they want you to do. They'll tell you whatever it is, but watch them by how they move and the things that they do. Then you can determine for yourself whether or not this person is somebody that you want to, be around, spend time with, whatever. Actions speak louder than words. Don't forget that. Number 9, pray for discernment. Discernment. Okay, like, there are so many situations that we could avoid, or we could have avoided in the past, if we would have if you would just pray for discernment. Like, God, show me the intentions of this person. Show me what to do. Show me what not to do. Teach me what to say. Show me what not to say. If I'm not supposed to say it, put them, like, Lord, ball my lips up and don't let me say it. And it's so real, because it's happened to me. Like, one time I was trying to tell my friend something, and we were talking about it, and the first time we got interrupted. I never told her. The second time I started stuttering, and I haven't stuttered in years, literal years. I was stuttering, couldn't get it out. The third time I tried to tell her, I literally I hit my hand, or I hit something on my body. I hit it on my desk, and it hurt so bad. I was like, you know what? And that was the third time it happened. I was like, you know what, Lord, don't worry about it. I'm not even gonna say it, because I knew that I probably shouldn't have said it in the first place. But I was just gonna say it because, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. And the Lord quickly shut me up, and He was like, girl, you ain't supposed to give me them lips, like, ball them up. You know what I'm saying? So pray for discernment. Be like, Lord, like, I need guidance. Because at the end of the day, God sees what we can't see. You know what I'm saying? So He knows that person's intentions, even if you haven't figured it out yet. He knows who's been talking behind your back, who's been doing what, who's been doing, like, He knows all of that. All you need to do is pray for Him to reveal that to you and help and put you up on game, so that way you won't make the mistakes that you are going to make, or that that way He can be looking out for you, and you can avoid a lot of situations. Pray for discernment. The Bible says, ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and the door will be open unto you. If you are looking for wisdom, discernment, or anything that God has to offer, ask for it, and He's gonna give it to you every single time. He's gonna give it to you, because He sees what we can't see. So you gotta pray for that discernment, baby. You gotta be up on game, because the devil be lurking, and he'll send somebody that you never thought to do his bidding. But with that discernment, you can't. It's like you can't run game on me, because I already know. Because Big G, he got me, so he gonna put me up on game. Number 10, spend time with God daily. Oh my goodness, this year I feel like I definitely have gotten closer to God, and it is just such an amazing feeling. Honestly, like, build an actual relationship with God. Don't try to follow religion and just do things that's right in the eyes of other people to make it seem like you're a good person. No. At the end of the day, you do not have to answer to nobody on this earth. You have to answer to God. So frankly, as long as I'm doing right in His eyes, it don't matter what nobody else got to say about it. Because frankly, at the end of the day, y'all ain't gonna say well done to me. Y'all ain't gonna open the gates of heaven and let me in. Are you? No. All this to say, spend time with God daily. Like, build a relationship with Him. And when I say a relationship, I mean a relationship, because whenever you're in a relationship with your little boo thing, you talk to them every single day, if not multiple times a day. It needs to be the same way with God. You need to talk to Him every single day, if not multiple times a day. I'm talking about start the day with Him, just like you be expecting that good morning, beautiful, good morning, handsome text message from your significant other. God is waiting for His good morning. He ready to talk to you, baby. He been up. He ain't never went to sleep. We need to talk to Him in the morning, in the evening, and even throughout the day. Like, sometimes I'll be like, look, Lord, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here, you here with me, we doing this together. But you know what I'm saying? Like, have a relationship with God. Like, actually spend time getting to know Him, because He knows you. God knows you already. But do you know Him? In a relationship, you don't want to be in a one-sided relationship, do you? Like, you don't want to know everything about your significant other, but your significant other, like, doesn't even know your last name. Because why? Then you'll feel some type of way. It's the same way with God. God knows everything about you. He knows everything that you're dealing with. He already wants to take it away from you and take away that hurt, that pain, that all of that. But it's like, you're not even giving Him the opportunity to do that. Going from being a person who, like, knows about God and who grew up, like, going to church, things like that, and to a person who actually has a relationship with God, who actually knows God, who is after God's heart. That's two different things. That's two different people. because it's just like the love that you have for me, I'm trying to reciprocate that in any way that I can. So in a relationship, you spend time with that person, you respect that person, you know what I'm saying? Like you do all these things for this person. You try to spend as much time as you can with that person because you love that person. It should be the same way with God. We should love him so much so that once again we want to start the day with him, we want to go through the day with him, we want to end the day with him. When things are going wrong, instead of me venting to my friends first, I'm going to God first. You know what I'm saying? Like in your relationship, when somebody says, "Oh, I got a secret to tell you, but don't tell nobody," the first thing you go on is to tell. Like if you're in a relationship, matter of fact, if you're married, the first thing you do is tell your significant other, "Baby, I got tea. I just found this out. Let me go tell you." It should be the same way. Like when things happen in our life, instead of me being like, "Oh my goodness, like let me go rant about it on Instagram. Let me go rant about it to my friends." Matter of fact, let me go to God about it. Let me go talk to Big G about it. Because at the end of the day, he's gonna give me comfort. He's gonna give me good advice, good sound advice. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so different knowing God and having a relationship with God. And I promise you, a relationship with God will never be one-sided. It will never be one-sided. You will never feel unloved. You will never feel like you're unheard, any of that. Because he got you. He got you. Number 11, surround yourselves with the right kinds of people. There was one of my previous jobs, there was this quote, and they would always say, "You are a product of the 5 people that you are around." And that is so very true. If you're around people who are just lazy, don't have a plan for themselves, they don't really care how their life turns out, you're gonna start developing that mentality, that mindset, and then you're gonna be lazy, you're gonna be procrastinating, you're gonna just be like, "You know what, I'm here just going for the flow," like going with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not actually going to have a purpose. But if you surround yourselves with people who are actively seeking God, who have businesses, who have things going for themselves, who are at least, like, even if they don't have things together, they at least know where they want to go and they're trying to actively get there, you will also have that go-getter mentality. You will also be a person who is like, "I'm not making no excuses, I'm not procrastinating, I'm not being lazy, I'm gonna go ahead and get it." If you surround yourself with those types of people, you and those people will be in such a higher place, such a better place, that you're gonna be like, "Oh my goodness, like I can't even believe that I used to do this, that I used to think like this." But if you surround yourself with people who just frankly don't care and they just don't really, have direction, or don't, you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna become that. You want to be surrounded by people who will love you genuinely, who will push you, who will motivate you, who want what's best for you. Because the person who wants what's best for you is not going to let you settle. They're not going to let you be lazy. They're not going to let you make excuses. They are going to push you. And yes, it may be annoying. It may be annoying. Sometimes you might want to knock their head off. You just might. But at the end of the day, when you get to where you want to go, you're gonna be so grateful that you had those people in your life pushing you and motivating you, because they help you see what you can't always see. Sometimes we can't always see what's inside of us. We can't always see our potential. Sometimes other people have to tell us, like, "Bro, you really got it for real. You just need to actually put in the work and do the things you need to do to get there." Sometimes other people see stuff about ourselves that we don't even see. Surround yourself with people who are going to pour into you, who are going to speak life into you, who are not going to hold you down, and who are not going to let you hold yourself down. So be mindful of the people that you are spending your time with, especially if you're with them every single day. Like, it's okay to, you be like, "Okay, like I'll see you this weekend," or whatever like that. But every single day, if I'm spending my time with you every single day, we got to be going somewhere. We got to be working towards something. Kind of piggyback off of that. Learn from people who are in a position that you want to be in. Don't take advice from people who are not in the same position as you, if not a better position as you. If I want to make 50K, I'm going to speak to somebody who is actively making 50K, or who has done it before, or who is actively making 50K, like whether it's 50K a day, 50K a month, like whatever it is. I'm going to speak to somebody who's making money, like who's making the type of money that I want to make. I'm not going to speak to somebody who isn't financially stable, who doesn't have good spending habits, because what are they going to teach me? How to be broke? I don't need you to teach me how to be broke. We already know how to be broke. I ain't trying to be broke. Broke is not my portion, okay? I'm rich in the spirit, in the flesh, everything. If you want to be successful, go to the successful people. Learn from the successful people. Don't get your advice from people who are in the same position, if not a worse position than you, because that's not wisdom. That's actually kind of stupid. for real. The last thing, self-care is not just for Sundays. It's not only it's not only for when your birthday is coming up or when you're going on vacation and you need to do your maintenance. No, self-care is an everyday thing. Self-care is not just about, how much money you spend on yourself, but how do you treat yourself? How do you talk about yourself? Like when you look in the mirror, what are you saying about yourself? Are you saying, well, today's another day? Or are you saying, you know what? You are gorgeous. You are beautiful. You are strong. You are smart. You are all of this. And today's going to be a great day. Speaking life into yourself is also self-care. It isn't just on Sundays, or it's not only about, how you look on the outside. Yes, take care of yourself. Keep yourself groomed. Keep yourself looking nice. Of course, on the outside, but on the inside as well. What is your heart looking like? How do you see yourself? Because how you feel about yourself is a direct reflection of how you allow people to treat you. If you don't have any confidence, if you don't have any self-love, if you don't think you're worth it, then you're gonna let people treat you how they feel like you're worth. No, absolutely not. I deserve X, Y, and Z. So if you're not willing to give me X, Y, and Z, you gotta go. But frankly, even with that, it's just I know what God says about me. I know how I view myself. So if you try to say or do or treat me any type of way that's contradicting to what God says about me and what I say about myself, what? You can go. You can go to the very depths if you want to. Sorry. But you know what I'm saying? Self-care is not just about, having on a skincare headband and looking cute, blah, blah, blah. It's not just about that. It's about how you see yourself, how you speak to yourself, man, and how you speak over yourself. Because at the end of the day, the power of life and death really does lie in our tongue. And those who love it will eat its fruit. It says it in the Bible. If you're constantly speaking death and speaking negativity over your life is going to be full of negativity, and then things that you want to take off and be successful, it's gonna seem like it's not working because you're speaking death over yourself. Speak life into yourself. Speak life over yourself. And sometimes it's hard to do by yourself. Sometimes it's hard to look at your circumstances and be like, I'm gonna get through this. But that's why it's important with who you spend your time with, who you're allowing in your circle, who are you listening to? Because even on TikTok, social media, sermon, all of that. That's why you have to be mindful of the things that you consume, because it is also a direct reflection of how you feel about yourself. If you feel bad about yourself, you're going to allow people to treat you like dirt because you feel like that's what you are. But if you know you got that thing going on, if you know that you are a daughter of the Most High, if you know that you are blessed and highly favored, if you know that God says that you are the head and not the tail, first and not last, and you have the authority to crush the head of a serpent and scorpion with your heel, because God just gave you that much authority, gave you that much power. When you know who you are, nobody can tell you otherwise. It don't matter if they don't agree with it, whatever. It doesn't matter, because you know who you are and you are not going to accept nothing less. And that's self-love. That's self-care. So why would I let somebody who don't even think that way about themselves try to tell me that I'm not that? You know what I'm saying? Excuse me? Don't piss me off. Please don't. Don't piss me off. You know you all that, and then some. You can't, no, you're not going to let nobody tell you otherwise. And that's point blank, period. And that's how you're able to set boundaries and stand on them, because it's just I know who I am. And I'm not going to let you tell me who I am. I'm not going to let you tell me what I'm worth, because you don't even think you're worth it. Why would I let a person who think their worth is $3 tell me that I'm not worth a gazillion billion trillion dollars? What? And especially for people who are oh yeah, I'm a lover girl, I'm a lover boy, blah, 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 blah. You can't expect somebody to love you if you don't love yourself. Because it's just if you don't think highly of yourself, you can't expect somebody to see the value and think highly of you. Because that person is going to look at how you see yourself, and they're going to move accordingly. Now, don't get me wrong. There are people who are just oh my goodness, this person doesn't see the worth. This person doesn't see their worth. Let me show them that they are worth more than rubies. Let me show them that. Yes, there are people like that in the world, but at the end of the day, that's not their job. That's not always their job. And you have to set the tone. You have to teach people how to treat you. Because if not, they just gonna treat you like crap. And then you're gonna be sad because you're getting treated like crap when you are the one who let them do that. And I'm so sorry. Like I said, if this is loud, if you got headphones in, sorry, baby. But Love you. But I'm sorry. But I just got real passionate about it because just like 2024 has been a long year for everybody. So if you had certain experiences this year, why would you want to experience the same thing next year? I don't. I don't, frankly. Everything that I learned this year, I'm learning from it. I'm not going through the same thing I went through this year, next year. Absolutely not. I got too many plans, I got too much stuff going on for next year to be trying to take these lessons and just let them die in my notebook. No, these lessons will be applied. If I'm running out of time. But I just want y'all to know, y'all are loved, y'all are worth it, you are worth way more than what you think. You have so much love around you, and even if you don't feel like you have the love around you, you have the power to go out and surround yourself with genuine love, with genuine support. Okay? Don't let nobody define you. Don't let nobody define your worth. Don't let nobody tell you what you're worth when they're worth $3. Listen, I know I've been yelling at y'all for a minute, but I'm holding your hand when I say this, bro. I did all this is coming from love. It's coming from a place of love, and it's just coming from a place of learn from others, learn from my mistakes, and just think about your 2024. And if any of these lessons you feel like have resonated with you, perfect. Apply it. 2025 is a whole new year. When I say I don't have time for the games, I don't have time. I don't, and I'm not gonna make time for it either. But that's just me. If you resonated with this, I hope so. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you really felt this. And even if you learned some other lessons, put them in the chat. Let's talk about it, friend. Let's discuss. But honestly, I just hope that 2025 is a great year for everybody watching this video. I pray that whatever y'all seeking, y'all actually we actually go for it. You know, put in the work, get to where you want to go. That's all for today. Love you so much. I'll see you next year. Bye.